Now hey guys, welcome back to the channel, that intro video, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And in this one I got something special, because I've been watching a lot of videos about a specific type of transportation that's used in the military, and I found it quite cool. So today in Minecraft, I thought that I could try to design one of them of my own, and it is a submarine. Now, this is based off of the American Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines, and this is what it looks like right there. Fully complete with an interior completely decorated, including ballistic missile tubes. That's my design right there that I designed myself. And it's currently on its pedestal, and then that's it in the water that I'll show you all in a later little bit. Got the rudder and the propeller on the end. Nothing completely out of the ordinary, and I think it looks really, really cool. And I use Blackstone because I want to build this for my Season 4 base. So without further ado, let's get into what actually is inside of it. And stick around to the end to see a massive explosion. Start by boarding the submarine. So we get on this walkway right here, and we enter down into this room right here. And so let's get on our way. So we'll close this door. Actually, yeah, we'll close this door and we'll start off up here. This, in the front of the submarine, I was considering putting torpedo tubes here, but actually I didn't have enough room for them, so this is just a chapel where you can go and pray and such. I think it looks quite cool. And this is one of the main staircase rooms, and then down here in this second room is the officers' quarters, so you have room for 1, 2, 3, 4 officers. And finally in the lower level room is one of the 2 main storage rooms in the entire ship. Fully complete with plenty of chests to use. The next section of the ship, we have the command deck. This right here is a command deck right now. So this is where the driver would be sitting right here, driving the ship. This is the speed control lever right there. This is the con. It's where the captain or the first officer sits and guides the ship. And there's just a bunch of other different controls, levers, and buttons you can just click and press. These are chairs that you can sit behind. The buttons don't do anything, they're just there for decoration, and I think it looks quite cool. This is the control room to talk to the engine room or reactor room. You can just sit there and just talk through that microphone. And for some reason the paintings are missing. There should be paintings here, but I guess they must have gotten bugged out when I transferred the ship from the sea to the pedestal, so that must have done that. And then moving down to the middle level, we have the galley, where the officers eat and the crew eat. So they eat sitting on these chairs right here and the table. That's the kitchen, the lone kitchen. It's not much, but it's just enough to be able to be worked on, I guess. I think it looks quite cool. And finally, for the very last level, I think is the main storage room. This is the big one. And it's just filled with chests everywhere. There's chests everywhere, basically, because you don't have a lot of room to store things. In no particular order. And now, let's get to... Actually, I forgot something. This is now in the conning tower. So this is the medical room, where you can just sit and get aid by medical use. And then that's the redstone for the ballistic missile tubes. And then this is where you could, look out if you wanted to. And up here is where, you can, stand up on the submarine when it's, in this position, where it is, and you can fire the missiles by flipping the switch. Obviously doesn't work right now because there's a 2-factor authorization, which is what I just closed, and let's flip that lever closed, and let's move on to the next section. I think we'll start down here. Yeah. And this is the crew bedding area, basically, and it literally is a ring around the ballistic missile tubes, which are in this area right here. They're behind this wall. I can probably poke into one of them. This is the stuff, you'll see that in a minute. And then it just runs from the end to the hallways to the other such. And then, if I didn't say so already, this is the second of the 3 different rooms for those. This right here is the radio room. You can just talk to the radio or talk to wherever you need to go. And then up here is the sonar room, so we can check the sonar blades, all functioning buttons that don't really function. Not really been much to be used to it, but I think it looks quite cool. And then we'll get into the fun part. In this room, hello. And then in here is where it all happens. This is the missile room. This is where the 5 sets of ballistic missiles, or TNT bombs really, in Minecraft, because you don't really have ballistic missiles. And they're just all sit here, ready to get powered, and basically this is the redstone that works it all. I think it's quite cool, and I could probably show you guys how it works. You know what? I'll actually save the missile launching for the end, so you gotta see that at the end if you wanna stick around and see the rest of the ship. This is the third compartment, and we'll close this as well. That's the third door, and then this is back into the seating areas, the sleeping rooms. So, and beyond this door right here, we have in the nuclear reactor room. That's the reactor door right there. You have the emergency bell, so you can just ring that if there's an issue. This is the con. You can talk to the con about that right there, like I'm talking to my microphone right now. And then these are the control systems for the reactor. Each has different buttons. You can press different things, switches to mess the reactor, keep the pressure correct. I know little about reactors, but flip that stuff. And then in here we have the engine room. Same setup. We have a bunch of levers and switches and other things. And then this is the engine. This is the shaft that drives out to the propeller that is back here. And the propeller that drives the propeller that spins it around. Pretty strong shaft, I say so myself. Then this is the nuclear reactor core right there. And I honestly think that what's best is now for last. So let's get on to the missile launching, and then I'll explain how it works after that. So you first gotta do to pry the missiles is flip this piston into place. That allows the 2 double lock switching to work. Then you gotta come up here, and then all I do is just flip this lever, and then the doors fly open, everything is ignited, and boom, those are the nuclear missiles. So now let's get into how it exactly works. So what first happens is, when that lever is pressed, it basically comes down and then fires this repeater, which brings down a giant redstone line that brings it all the way down, past all this stuff, into this room right here. And then when everything is loaded and correctly fired, like it will be in a moment once it gets past this tick repeater right here, all the doors will open, and then the TNT will fire, which we can probably see here. I guess I might have to refire it. Yeah, it didn't launch correctly, did it? Oh! That was delayed. That was really delayed. That scared me. So then TNT in the bottom here ignites, and then there's a TNT that's placed on this right here. And then basically, then the TNT blows up, causing this piece of TNT to fly through here, up through those shafts, and explode right here. And then when it's done, the doors close automatically. And then that's the nuclear warheads launching done. I think it looks really cool, and it's really nice. So I think that sums up the submarine that I'm building on Overcraft Season 4, and the submarine just in general that I designed myself. The Ohio-class ballistic missile submarine. Hope you guys enjoyed it all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.